Hello, my name is Jake Bucci. I'm part of the BHS Register staff. I'm here today talking with Audrey Nicholas and Luke Steele about the election and schools. Hi guys, how's it going? Alright, so today is election day. It's November 8th. So have you been keeping up on the election in your classes?
Yeah, I take PWA, and so
What's
in that
PWA?
it stands for Political Issues and World Affairs.
Okay.
And so we've talked about local elections, obviously the presidential election, and yeah, we also talk about current events that a lot of the candidates talk about. So yeah, we go pretty in depth.
Okay, so like, what are some examples of things you would talk about?
Well, I mean, if there's like, say like a certain topic, like something happened with ISIS and like Donald Trump tweeted about it, like we would talk about that at the start of class, and then Mr. O'Baggy or Mr. Ferris would like maybe put a group discussion on it, ask us questions to see what we want to do and make sure that we're, informed and we know like what's happening.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Luke? Have you talked about the election in school?
Not that much this year. I took PWA as well last year, so we talked a lot about the build-up to the election. But yeah, that's all we've done.
Great. So what is your personal view on the election, if you would like to share? How do you think things are going?
Personally, like sometimes I feel like I'm not sure how to feel about it, but overall, I think it is good to have a politician as a president because they, know sort of how the system works, someone who's been there for a while, and although fresh faces are nice, I feel like certain, like, people that may have been running or are still running, like, just seem misinformed and seem to be misinterpreting a lot of what's happening.
We're encountering, alright. So what about you, Luke? What are your personal views on these elections?
I find that, I think I agree with Audrey, that I find that maybe somebody who's more politically active in the past years is maybe more of a suitable candidate, someone who's been around the issues, who's aware of what's going on in the world. So I think it's incredibly important that we elect somebody for the most important office in the United States that knows what they're doing.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is segment 1 of our coverage of the election. We will be restarting very shortly. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the Burlington Register's discussion about today's election. Here again, we have Luke Steele and Audrey Nicholas. Is it Nichols?
It's Nichols. Yeah, it's okay.
Right, there we go. All right. So we talked previously about the national election, but we'd like to change gears a little bit to the state elections. So have you two been keeping up with the state election?
Not that much this year. Not as much this time around. I don't really know that much about the candidates who are involved this time around. Yeah, I like to watch the news. So.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I said before, I take PWA, so, we talk a lot about, especially, like, gubernatorial. We went into that a little bit. But, yeah, the other seats for Congress and Senate we look into.
Great. And who would you support for governor?
For governor? Honestly, I feel like a lot of the candidates are all very suited to be governor. Like, I'm not against any of the candidates. I really like Sue Minter, I think.
Why would you like her?
I feel like she's obviously a little bit more liberal, so I like that. Also, I agree with her stances on guns. She doesn't necessarily want to change any of the laws, but putting more security around guns, I think, is important.
And what about you, Luke?
I probably feel the same way. I tend to be a little more liberal, so probably Sue Minter. But once again, I don't think Phil Scott is necessarily a bad choice. I just really don't know that much about the gubernatorial race.
Great. Well, all right. And then what about, have you been keeping up on even house elections in your wards? Or is that just kind of...
Not really. I haven't really been paying much attention to that.
All right, we're going to... final thoughts that you would like to say to the camera?
No, not really. I think I said what I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you feeling this election day?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens for sure. I'm a little nervous too.
Well, thanks for joining us. We're going to see your champagne. Thank you. You want to filter in some next people? You're welcome to use
Oh, thank you so much. Because honestly, if I wasn't, I don't know what I could do.
also live
Okay, good. I'm gonna grab my stuff.
Guys, welcome. What are your names?
I'm Philip.
I'm Becca.
Great. And so today we'll be talking about the election. So have you been keeping up with the national election at all?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, I have been.
Great. And what do you think? What are your general thoughts on it?
I think that this is definitely an interesting election.
Why's that?
I think there's a lot of hate that it's triggered throughout the country, which is interesting and kind of scary to see.
Yeah, really scary to see it. What I was just saying earlier today is I really hope that this election, after it wraps up and we sort of settle into a new presidency, I hope that it makes us sort of think about our political system and consider some political reform and just sort of thinking about how crazy and out of hand this election has gotten and how we can kind of prevent that from happening again. Because I think a lot of people agree, separate from my personal opinion, I think a lot of people agree that this election has had like just candidates that are sort of all over the place and not really talking about what normally we would want to be talking about during an election.
So, are you too old enough to vote?
I'm not.
Fortunately not.
No. Sad. I'm upset. But if you can, do your civic duty because we can't do ours.
Have you been involved with any of the political campaigns or anything?
For president, I have not, but I just phone banking for Senior Editor.
Okay.
I've also done some filmmaking for Sue Minter and for Hillary Clinton.
So what makes you, shifting gears a little bit, attracted to Sue Minter as a candidate?
I personally identify and like her progressive values and ideals. Phil Scott is not, I call him like kind of like a Vermont conservative because he's really not that conservative, but
He's not the worst.
he's not the worst. I just I like Sue Minter's policies, I guess. So that's why I support him.
Great, thank you. Any final thoughts you would like to say?
I'm with her. Go for Hillary.
Vote this election if you can.
Great, well thanks for joining us, Philip and Becca. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
We'll take two more. Hello. How are you?
Good.
And what are your names?
I'm Colby.
Colby. What's your name? Daquan. All right. So today we're talking about the election, as it is election day. So what are your thoughts on the election?
I feel like I want Donald Trump to win, but I feel like he has a good chance, but I feel like his plan might be rigged or something. Because I don't trust Hillary, especially without she beat Bernie.
Okay.
I feel that the election has exposed a lot of corruption within our public servants and has shown just how cruel people can be and how manipulated our system is.
And more on the manipulated system, because we've seen that with Bernie, but now especially with Trump. So what ways do you think the election is corrupt?
I don't think the election so much is rigged, but I think that our system, all of America, we have people who are just backing each other up for the interest of either money or friendship or something like that. Looking back at other campaigns when we saw Hillary and Obama going at it, there's a conspiracy that Clinton stepped out and then Obama said that you can be my Secretary of State and that's why she stepped out. So conspiracies like that is what really manipulates our system, I believe.
Absolutely, yeah. And why would you think a vote for Trump would change that?
A vote for Trump is a vote for freedom and a restoration of our constitutional republic, which we have to develop again. We have no choice because the system that we've adopted now is going out of hand, it's out of control, so we need to revert back to our constitutional republic. And a vote for Trump is a vote for freedom, it's a vote for prosperity, returning back to our roots, and just bringing happiness and safety back to America.
Anything you like that?
I just feel like I kind of agree with every single point he made. I feel like Trump definitely is a change because everybody wants to change, but like the same people who want to change are the same people that's voting for another corrupt politician in the White House.
So a lot of people, you know, especially in Vermont's a very liberal place, have criticized Trump for being crass or rude. What's your response to that as a Trump supporter?
I think that Trump is going to be Trump. He's not a politician, so he's not refined in the way of watching his language and stuff like that. So it's very hard to train someone who has been out of the political realm and now just coming in and sensing everything that's happening and trying to be pitch perfect, which he's not, and that's what people like about him.
I feel like it's good that he doesn't like really have a censor on him. You know, it's like a lot of free speech, a lot of like speaking his mind. They're really giving like the truth to the people that he talks to.
And so we're probably going to find out who wins tonight, right? So Trump has said that he may or may not accept the results of the election. What about you as a supporter? If Hillary becomes president, will you accept that, or what will be your reaction?
If Hillary wins the presidency, I will not accept it. I feel that she is the most corrupt politician I have ever seen in my lifetime. I just hope to not see her, because God help us if she becomes president.
I'm kind of scared for Hillary to become president. Like, I can't really move out of the country, so I'm going to have to learn to tolerate it. I'm kind of scared that with the no-fly zone to Syria, that she might start a war with Russia and Syria. But I'm really hoping that Donald Trump wins and we see a huge change in the country.
And it's not just that she's a woman. I would love to see a woman president, but they have to have good background. They have to be assertive, because women nowadays are getting more power and are being equal to men. And people will walk all over Hillary if she's not assertive. But even if it's not Hillary, I would still like to see a woman president someday. But like I said, they have to be assertive. They have to have good background, good history. So Ivanka Trump. That's what I'm looking for.
I feel like the fact that she's a woman is making a lot of people vote for her, because there's a lot of women in the states that they're not really paying attention. They're just kind of seeing like the mainstream media, and they're only really casting their vote because they want to see a woman, but they're not really paying attention to her values and her beliefs, or how she changes like her idea on things in life to get the favor of the people. They're not truly feeling that way.
Well, great. Thanks for talking to us. Any final thoughts you'd like to add?
Go Trump.
I have a quick question before the two of you leave. I'm wondering, in a predominantly liberal state in school, what's the experience been like supporting Donald Trump?
I personally have to defend him in most of my classes. I'm the only one who does it. I've just recently been seeing people supporting Donald Trump as youth, and I think it's a very hard area. I work with the campaign director for Vermont, and we have no youth with us other than myself and maybe one other student, but we barely have any youth. I think it's just manipulation within our education that forces them to kind of adapt to the ideology of liberalism and being a Democrat and fitting in. So.
I agree with him. I've been like keeping it secret. Like when people ask me who I want to win, I say Donald Trump, but I don't go around trying to defend him, because I know it's kind of useless, especially whenever he's kind of brainwashed about what they learn, especially like the bias that the teachers have a lot when they talk about politics and stuff.
Great. Well, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. We're going to switch out some panelists here, I believe. So.